So, yesterday I watched Eternals, and despite all the hate it got from the critics, I feel like it was an amazing film, for especially how much hate it got from the critics. It was being named a really bad film, it had a really bad rating as well. But obviously, it just proves don't listen to the critics on Marvel movies, because, we've had that over the years on certain types of Marvel movies, and they've turned out to be incredible movies and probably people's favourite Marvel movies down the line in the MCU. But today the video is obviously going to be about Eternals review. If you haven't, obviously it's going to be about with spoilers. So if you do not want spoilers for the Eternals, then do not watch this video. Um, and yeah, so if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. So the Eternals were basically they were set on Earth thousands and thousands of years before. They were there to guard Earth by the Deviants. They were sent by the Celestials to obviously keep guard on Earth, and we find out later on in the film something that the Celestials wanted with Earth, or they wanted to do to Earth, and that's what they've been planning all along to do to other planets. But other Celestials will grow, and yeah, the Eternals were basically sent there to guard Earth and watch over it, and basically watch over their advancements on Earth, with technology and stuff like that. Obviously, the Eternals went there. They grew an attachment thousands of years later, and the Eternals, basically a Celestial, they find out that a Celestial was being hidden in Earth, and basically this Celestial comes out thousands of years later, and and obviously it's going to destroy Earth. And the Eternals, obviously, they have a strong attachment to Earth, and they don't want it to get destroyed, obviously, so they stop that from happening. They stop it, and obviously Ikaris and Sprite, they do not want this to happen, because they feel like this should be happening. This was what they were made for, and they should be obviously doing what the Celestials say. Obviously these Eternals, they don't, Cersei and Druig, Athena and the rest do not want Earth to be destroyed. They've been there all their life, basically, and well, ever since they were created, and they wanted to stay there. And obviously the Eternals are immortal people, obviously made by the Celestials, that we find out that they have no memories of when they were built or made. So yeah, these Eternals, I think, are absolutely incredible. The comics are amazing as well, and they adapted that into the film amazingly well. Ikaris, I was surprised that he obviously throughout the whole movie he was just based about this character who was obviously the strongest, and obviously made out to be perfect, the strongest one, the best one. And yeah, in the end he becomes the villain, and then, well, not the villain, but he becomes to help the Celestials, and in the end he obviously dies. But I think there's a theory going around that he could become Galactus when he's reborn, which I think is quite a good theory, but I hope it doesn't happen. My favourite Eternal is probably Gilgamesh. His powers are incredible, and when he got that punch, but obviously the Deviant sucked it out of him, and then he turned. And then Athena, well, obviously I thought she's an incredible character as well. Obviously the links to Thanos as well, obviously, as Thanos is half Deviant, half Eternal, there was many links to him of what he did. This kind of justifies what Thanos did more in a way, it kind of gives him a good look in some manner, but in the end it really doesn't, because the Eternals saved Earth. But if they didn't, then I guess it would have given Thanos a better way to make Earth and other life populations decrease, and half all of the universe's life down, because obviously, it says that once they hit obviously the Celestial says once they hit a certain point on a population, they obviously destroy the planet with the Celestial that's planted inside the planet. So it just shows that Thanos was trying to do a good deed by decreasing the population of every planet and universe, so then the Celestials wouldn't destroy the planets, and it obviously decreased the time. But obviously then Thanos got killed, and we know the rest in Endgame and Infinity War and stuff like that. We know the history of that, so it kind of justifies why Thanos was doing it. Obviously, as he is Eternal and a Deviant, so he doesn't know what the Celestials wanted to do to these planets. And obviously, hopefully, in Eternals 2, we do see a good backstory on why Thanos did, or we see a younger version of Thanos in the Eternals 2, maybe a flashback or something like that. That would be very cool to see. Obviously, we got two post-credit scenes in this. Well, we got two credit scenes in this film. The first one was obviously Harry Styles, who is playing Star Fox, or Eros, brother of Thanos, which I think can be a good thing, in a good way that I've come to understand. That I think he will be a good character and something good for the second Eternals film. Obviously, he will be playing a really important part. Obviously, now that Cersei, I think Cersei, Kingo, and was it who was it? Who else was it who got taken away? So it was Kingo. Oh yeah, Phastos. So it was Cersei, Phastos, and Kingo who obviously got taken away by the Celestial. The Celestials obviously for protecting Earth and stopping the emergence of obviously what the destruction of Earth. Obviously, the Celestial let Earth stay, but he's now gonna on Judgment Day they're gonna obviously know if they're gonna have their memory wiped and stuff like that. So now the rest of the Eternals like Athena, Druig, Makari, the stuff them three, they need to go back and save obviously them from the Celestials. Now that Sprite's gone, she's obviously a human now. She has a human normal growth rate now, so she isn't going to be part of the Eternals now. So the Eternals have decreased in numbers now, which I kind of like. There isn't as many now. But yeah, I do think more Eternals will die in the second film. Obviously, Ajak died very soon, along with Gilgamesh, which I hope they had more time, but obviously they had to get rid of some of them. So yeah, obviously, and now the second post-credit scene, which is very important to the future of the MCU, which was Black Knight. Now, he is going to have a very important role in the future of the MCU. Now, Black Knight, he is a villain in the Marvel comics. Now we don't know if this Black Knight will be a villain in the MCU. Maybe he will. Maybe he will in Eternals 2. If not, I don't think that's going to be the main storyline of Eternals 2. But I do think Black Knight will make an appearance in Eternals 2. Maybe some other stuff as well. Maybe we'll see him in Moon Knight a bit. Obviously, as Moon Knight and Black Knight, they have a lot of connections in the Marvel comics. So yeah, I thought this film was incredible. Obviously, I like how they had to. I feel like they did it too much with flashbacks in this film, which was a downside to it, and how they went to each place to get them to regroup the Eternals again. Obviously, as they had been split apart for all those years. But overall, I think this movie is incredible, and I don't think it should have got as much hate as it did by the critics. Obviously, this film did get loads of hate when it first came out a few weeks ago now. Which is a bit strange, as I thought it was an absolutely amazing film, and I think most Marvel fans would love this film. Obviously, Eternals 2 will come out, and I do think the Eternals will be playing a massive role in the future of the MCU, but I do think in Eternals 2, some of them will die, and a lot of the Eternals will decrease, and I do think Eros will have a big future in the MCU as well, obviously being the brother of Thanos. So if you have seen Eternals, tell us what you thought of it down below, and yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe. I hope you had a good day, and goodbye.